The next thing we're going to look at in algebra is polynomials. Now, a polynomial is a term or a sum of terms that look kind of like this. A number a times a variable raised to the n, where that n is a non-negative integer. That's a whole bunch of fancy stuff, but basically you've got terms that are added together where you have something at the front. It could be maybe, say, 2x to the third minus 5x plus 7. This would be a polynomial. Now, if you had something like 2x squared plus 5x divided by x minus 1, that's not a polynomial. That's something we'll study later on called a rational function. But basically, you don't have any variables on the bottoms of fractions. You don't have any variables under roots. It's terms added together like that, where you've got a number. It can be any kind of number at the front. And then the exponent for each term has to be a non-negative integer. So basically a whole number. Things like 3, 5, 7, but not 3.2, 5.1, or anything like that. So what we're going to be focused on over the next couple of sections is operations involving polynomials. And the first thing we're going to look at is adding polynomials. And we've actually already done this. Adding polynomials, all you have to do is combine like terms. So for example, when we have negative 6 plus 7, that's one polynomial, plus 2x minus 4, that's another polynomial. When you're adding polynomials like that, we can pretend that those parentheses aren't even there. If there's nothing in front of a parentheses, except maybe a plus sign, then you can just drop the parentheses as if they're not in the problem. And then it's just a matter of combining like terms. Here, negative 6x plus 2x is negative 4x. 7 minus 4, those are like terms. We get a positive 3. So 4x plus 3 would be the answer. Or if we look at our next one, 2x cubed minus 5x plus 3 plus 4x cubed plus 7x squared minus 8. So again, we can drop the parentheses when there's nothing in front of it. There's nothing in front of the first one, and when there's only a plus sign, you can drop the parentheses. So we have plus 4x cubed plus 7x squared minus 8. And then it's a matter of combining like terms. I like to start with the highest power, which in this case is 3. So we'd have 2x cubed plus 4x cubed. That makes it 6x cubed. Our next highest power is the 7x squared. It doesn't have any like terms, so we leave that alone. After that, we just have the minus 5x, which also doesn't have any like terms, so we leave that alone. And then we have two constant terms, 3 and minus 8. 3 minus 8 would be minus 5. Those, notice, all have different powers of the variable, so we can't combine them any further. That would be it. That would be our answer for this problem. So sometimes you've got terms that don't have parentheses, like this next one, x squared plus 3x minus 10x minus 30. There's no parentheses there. This is a kind of problem we've already done. Just combine like terms. The x squared doesn't have any like terms, so we leave it alone. 3x minus 10x, we subtract the numbers at the front, 3 minus 10, and we would have minus 7x. And the minus 30 at the end also doesn't have any like terms. That expression, by the way, is something we're going to run into a lot in the next couple of sections when we start multiplying polynomials. Now let's take a look at our next one. Again, here we've got some polynomials that we're adding, and when there's a plus in front of a parentheses, it doesn't change what's in it. So we can just drop the parentheses here as if they weren't even there. 4x cubed plus 1 plus 2x squared minus 7x. And here, there's no like terms, so that would really be it. Technically, this is a correct answer. Polynomials don't have to have the terms written in any particular order. Usually, it's going to make it easier to understand and work with them if you have them in what's called descending order, with the highest exponent first. So although this answer would technically be correct, just to make it easier to work with, I would probably put the highest power first, the 4x squared, 4x cubed, then 2x squared, then a negative 7x, and then a plus 1. Technically, either one of those answers is correct, but it's easier to understand and work with the bottom one when it's in descending order.